Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very special unboxing for you, something coming in from Every Man's Pocket EDC, EMP EDC. This is something that was reshipped out to me. I had some issues with another one and they are awesome to deal with. They were able to just take care of this, so I'm looking forward to this unboxing. So let's get right into it. Today I'm opening up this one with my EMP EDC relative, a great knife, my absolute favorite knife from them so far. I love this knife. About to find out if this can be dethroned or if it's going to be a close contender or what. Let's take a look. Right. Anything in there? Nope, nothing in there. All right, so here we are. Here's the box. So let's see what's in the box. All right, EMP EDC, a Nymble. Got a nice clean cloth. Here we go, wonderful stickers. And here is the knife. I'm gonna just move this off to the side. All right, so this is the EMP EDC Nymble X. This has the brass accents. You can see that with the screws and the deep pocket carry clip. And let's take a look at that blade. How centered are we? Yeah, we're really good. Nice, nice. All right, look at that beautiful black titanium scales with a frame lock. I like that a lot. Hold on. So beautiful frame lock and everything that you have on here, this black titanium milled with texturing, which is really, really nice, which is very similar, as you can tell, to this titanium one that's not, doesn't have a black Cerakote cover on there. This black titanium, I believe it's Cerakoted or something, I'm guessing, I don't know. But you can see some similarities there. So let's go ahead and give this a flick and see what happens. Okay, so that's nice. All right, let's see how that drops. Really nice. Let's see how it's front flip. Really nice. Nice, nice, nice. I like this so far. There we go. All right. All right, so yeah, definitely not all the way in this time. Let's see, what is that? I'm gonna have to get the flashlight, I think, for that. See if we can see that in there. Can we see that? All right, see if we can focus in on that. Yeah, I think we're at about 50% lockup. I don't know if you can tell. Hopefully when we close it, maybe we can tell here. Let's take a look here. Usually you can tell by where the oil is on here. So, yeah. So we're right about 50% lockup, maybe 55, 60%. Still a pretty heavy duty lockup. No blade play, so that's good. Nice in there, nice and solid. Does it clear? There we go. All right. Okay, so yeah, we still have the one thing that I love about the relative, I'm gonna love more about this Nymble for sure, is the sheer fact that there's no flipper on here. And as a result of not having a flipper, when I drop shut that, it catches right there perfectly in that little finger choil. Works really, really great. Don't have to worry about dropping on my nail. And that is something that I really like and appreciate about this knife a lot. This one here, it's got nice action. This is QSP as opposed to Best Tech. But if I drop this, I'm gonna hit that. Let's find out where the detent is first, where we have to clear the detent. All right, so that's the detent right there. That's clearing the detent right there. So that means, yeah. So if my finger is up here, yeah. So unfortunately, still not gonna clear the detent. I can't let this drop because if I do that, it's not quite past the detent. That's unfortunate. I was hoping with the tighter fit between the finger choil and the back of the blade, since this used to be much, much larger on the Nymble and the first version of the Nymble X, that this would give me a little more room to clear. It's okay, but you can see it's already fallen twice, and I don't know if you can see that, it's already nicking into my nail, and if I let that go too many times, it's gonna cut my nail. And so when you drop this, you just gotta be careful. You can't let it drop. You have to guide it shut. There's no drop shut with this frame lock like there is with this one. Like this one, I know I can do one-handed, just drop it, not worry about that. I can like close my eyes and just let it go down. So that's super awesome. But you know, that's fine. This one I just have to, yeah, I have to, once I clear that, if I do any sort of yeah, if I do any sort of, if it's like right there and I flick it back, it's going to lock up. And if I go down here, I have to make sure it's real quick to drop. So, and it's still about 55–60% engagement. I'm not a biggest fan of that, to be quite honest. It's a little disappointing, but oh well, you know, it's better than the small Nymble. And that was the thing that I had with the small Nymbles. I bought a Nymble and a Nymble Tonto. I like them both. The action was ridiculous, right? I love the front flipping. I mean the regular flipper. I love the front flipping like I'm doing, oops, right here. The front flipping was really great. I love the reverse flicking with the thumb hole, and then even with the fuller right there is really nice. And usually you can do that on this side here really nicely. Yeah, you can definitely do that. And then we can get down here. Let's see now. Okay, so you have to clear you have to use the fuller. You have to use the thumb hole, I mean, to get over here. But you can do that over here and flipping over there. Yeah. So if I'm going to do this reverse, I have to make sure I use the thumb hole. I can't really do the, yeah, I can't really, yeah, it's going to be next to impossible, because if I go up here and I try to do this, no, you have to do the, well, I did it before. Oh, hold on a second. There we go. All right. It's a little tight, right, to get past that. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, it's a little bit better than the small Nymble. It's not tremendously better than the small Nymble. It's not as good as the Relative. The Relative is by far their best knife, and I hope they make more of these and continue to produce more of these, because this is absolutely their best production knife. No questions asked. This is by far the best thing I've ever experienced from them. And I've experienced quite a few, and you know, this is like my fifth knife, I guess. So I will say that I like the Relative the best. That is absolutely my favorite knife. I don't hate this knife. I'm just not as excited about this knife. If you like the Nymble, you like the Nymble Tonto, you like the Nymble W, the Warney, you'll love this. You'll absolutely love this. And you want something just a little bit bigger, you will absolutely love this. No questions asked. I'm okay with it. We'll see if I keep it. I probably won't be carrying this a whole lot, because I might sell it. We'll see. I'm not going to sell it dirt cheap, because I'm not going to use it. But if I can sell it and reclaim my money pretty quick, then I will probably do that. But I'll hold on to it for a little bit. I'll do a review. It's more of impressions. I'm not going to do any sort of hard carry or anything like that at all, because I want to take really good care of it if I'm going to resell it. So, but it's okay. You know, I think if you're okay with that, it's okay. So if you guys think that that's ridiculous and you have no issues with it, then just ignore this part. Go on and enjoy the knife and ignore this part. But if you're like me and the whole experience of the knife is all part of the ergos and the way you open it and the way you close it, and you want to be able to experience that nicely, then, you know, this might be for you to listen to. I just wish I could clear that a little bit better. And the way you can usually do that is you can go cut this just a little bit deeper, even with the risk of making this like a little smaller, but you can cut that a little bit deeper so I can catch over here. And see, I'm catching right now, right there. And that's going to work for me. But the problem with that is, you see, I get past that. If I'm not paying attention, I'm not 100% paying attention, if I close this blind side, like right now, I'm going to open this, look away. And I know, looking away, letting it close, I'm going to be fine. And this is me not even looking, right? When I do this over here, if I look away and my hand's down here, it's going to come down like that. And that's going to start cutting. You can already see I've got a few scratches here. And there's a few YouTubers you can see where their nails will literally cut right in through the nail. And that's a sharp choil. So there's one of two options. You either get rid of that sharpness on that choil so you don't get, you know, cut through and hurt, or, you know, you figure another way to catch that, because once that clears, it's going to fall right on my hand. So right now I can see that, and I can see I'm clear, but that's not a whole lot of room to clear right there. And if I'm a little bit higher and I do that, I haven't cleared the detent. It's going to go right back. So see, every time. See, it's going to go back every time. And I have to get past that. Once I get past that, there's not much to fall past. It's going to go right on my finger. And that's very disappointing for me. And that to me is an aesthetic that's very important. That's a design to me that's just super premium important. And it is, I will tell you this much. It's a beautiful hollow grind. There's no question about that. Beautiful edge on here. Let's look at that edge. Is it pretty even on both sides? Yeah, you can see on the tip right there. That tip is a little, kind of comes up out a little bit. It's not quite even there, but that's okay. And it's definitely a little bit longer on this tip. So it looks like the tip, when it was cutting both sides, one went a little further back and one went a little further out. So, you know, when you reprofile an edge, you resharpen it, you can usually fix that. I'm not planning to do anything with that, so, because I don't think I'll be keeping this one, like I said. Anyways, it's okay. I mean, I like it. It's not bad. The whole thing is, if you love EMP EDC and you like the Nymbles, you're going to love this. This is absolutely fantastic. The Nymble, I like the idea of... Oh my God. I could flip it before, and now all of a sudden I can't flip it. All right, so this is going to be a very touchy left-handed flip. All right, so you can't put any pressure on the lock bar whatsoever, or you're not going to be able to reverse flick it. So I have to use that clip to be able to reverse flick, which is fine. I mean, it's a robust enough clip that I can get to it, and so that works okay. And if you're okay with that too, which you probably would be with the Nymble, you'll be okay with that. Just a little disappointing. I'm just not a big fan of the huge lockup here. That engagement at 60% is, I don't know, that's kind of crazy. Typically, you get a knife and it's going to be around 20 to 50% at most. You never usually go past 50% when you get a brand new knife. I mean, I've seen anywhere from 20 to 30% is really what people shoot for. Like Hinders are usually at 20, 25%. You know, Chris Reeve was, you know, around that same thing, you know, and so I didn't have any over engagement at all, you know, because after a while it's going to wear down. And once you start wearing down you're already at 55, 60%, then you're going to, yeah, see, looking at that, I think I'm probably more at 70%. Yeah, maybe 70% realistically. So you could probably see that. It's more 70%. It means I don't have a whole lot to work with. And you can normally fix that with the lock bar insert and the over travel stop. That can be adjusted, and you could maybe not grind it as much and have it be a little bit bigger, and that way you can replace it, and that way it will, you know, it will not be too much. Now this is a QSP, and I think it's the first time he's used QSP. I like QSP. I like the, I have 3 of the traditional pocket knives exclusive penguins. I have the mini penguin, the regular penguin, and the penguin plus, and I love that. And I always call that my nicest, most inexpensive knives. And all 3 are beautifully done with the jig titanium scales and the M390. This right here, I believe is this CPM 20 CV? Does it say on here? I should probably look at that. Oh, it's M390. So this is M390, and that's the first run. So M390, they do a good job on M390 for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not too sharp. It's a little sharp up here. I mean, you could definitely use if you're camping and you have a Ferris rod or something, you can definitely scrape that and get some nice flint off of that, no question. It is nicely chamfered over here. The jimping is good. You can definitely jimp up, and choke up is really great. You can choke up and have great jimping there and there, so that's nice. I have medium to medium large hands, and they fit within the first part of the groove. I mean, I could probably get large to extra large hands. Probably extra large are going to be close to running just a little bit over, right? You know, here's me choking up as much as I can. And then if I use a finger choil, then you're definitely into the XX, 3X or large hands for sure, unless you have a gigantically fat finger. But here I've still got plenty of room. I mean, unless your finger's just massive, you should be fine. I do like that. That's pretty cool. The action, once you clear that and it drops, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's definitely nice. It's not quite as smooth. Yeah, it's a little gritty. Yeah, so this is a lot smoother. The detent is definitely a little bit stronger on this one, but it's, as you can see on this one, we are gauged, and it's dirty because I use my knife, so I'm not going to apologize for that, but this is gauged at right at 30%, which to me seems pretty reasonable, 30, 40%, maybe even. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I mean, it's still a beautiful design. I like it. I like the blade shape. I would love to have seen this blade shape on here, and I believe the ones in LMAX, he's going to offer this blade shape. So, you know, that may be a reason to see if there's a different variant of color or something like that in the LMAX that has a different blade shape. It'd be one of the few times I might get 2 of 1 knives, only because I love this knife. This is by far, it's been my most carried knife for over 2 months. I really like this knife. This is so good, so good. I mean, this is like such an outstanding design. This is good. For me, you know, it's okay. I'm not as excited as I am with the Relative. Had I seen this first and then gotten the Relative, you know, yeah, the Relative would look great, but I would have been pretty excited about this. I thought it would definitely be better than the Nymble, but because I've had the Relative, this is a little disappointing. It's not living up to the Relative for sure. So, yeah, that's the thing. And see, every time I clear here, it looks like I'm perfectly fine, right? Everything's great. But all it takes is that. And me closing one-handed, not looking, it slips by, it comes down full force really hard right there on my nail. It's going to cut through at some point. It's going to start making a cavity in there, and it's going to just cut right through that nail. That's just not good. So that's unfortunate. I really was hoping I could use the finger choil there to catch it, and this wouldn't be in the way. And see, that's the thing. This was always in the way before. And I guess the only way you can get around that is, I don't know how you get around that. Maybe you make that go a little further in, and then that tip is just not quite as out there. I don't know. I don't know what you do, but that's a bummer. Just kind of a bummer to me. But still a nice knife. No doubt at all. I do like the accents. This is brass, or brass anodized, I believe. So that's really nice. I like the black Cerakote. Definitely can see that. There's a lot of milling in there. It's a lot of cutout, so that makes it pretty light. That's really good. See, I just did it again. I hit there. Can feel it, and I get nervous because too many more of those, I'm going to go right through my nail, because that is so darn sharp. You can see every time there's little pieces of my nail right there on it. So the only thing is you have to close it like this, and you can't do any of the drop shut. You have to do this and then do that. And that to me is a bummer when you're used to, you know, just being able to drop it and not worry about it, especially if you're outside and you don't want to be able to have to always care about that, right? So yeah, you guys may think this is ridiculous and you don't care about it, so just ignore that. But those are my few things. I mean, I like this overall. I think my impressions, first unboxing, this is an unboxing, by the way, this is not a review, is okay. You know, there's a few, with the grind, it's not perfect. The lockup is still pretty high, which is really disappointing, because the one that okay, so here's the full disclosure. I had this one originally, and the one that I got was really gritty, and the lockup was at 85, almost 90%. So, I mean, we're at 60, 70% now. I mean, it was this lock bar, when I locked in, this lock bar was almost literally touching the other scale. That's how locked up it was. I still have the video from that, and I said I would hold it because I didn't think it was a fair assessment. You know, one QC miss, one quality control miss knife is not a fair assessment of all of the great stuff that comes out from EMP EDC. I really do like their other stuff. So, hoping they do more relatives, more non-flipper ones, because that really stood out. In some ways, you know, I guess I could always send it off somewhere to someone, and they could maybe shave that down a little bit, and could do something about that and get rid of the flipper. Maybe this could become, I don't know. Maybe you can angle it, just get that tip of it off, because that's what's right there is catching. If I can get clear of that, and then I can let it drop like that on my finger, I would be so much more excited if I can just get past that, right? So if I do that, now I'm not clear. If I do that, I'm not clear, but if I could get past that part, and let's say I cleared that, then it can drop like that, and then it would be awesome, because then I don't have to worry about that cutting into my nail, because now my finger is catching in the finger choil. So, but I don't know if I'm willing to spend more money to modify this. You know, I love the Relative, and that's great. This in itself is not speaking to me so much so that I would modify this. So, honest opinion, honest feedback. I I love their work. I love their stuff. This is 85 of 150, so there you go. Maybe, you know, the one I sent back, maybe he changed out that, like I said, lock bar insert to fix it and get a little better engagement, hopefully. Hopefully that's what happened, but one never knows. So I don't know how they fix it, because that would be one thing they could do. They just need a new insert for there to be able to do that. And I don't know if he's going to send those back to QSP and have them fix it or what, but there you go. Yeah, and see, that's pretty gritty too. I don't know if that, is that, yeah, that's not the detent. That is absolutely, that's absolutely the cage ceramic ball bearings inside. So there you go. Interesting. All right, that is my unboxing for you. And you know, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below of anything you'd like to see me do during an unboxing. Anything that would be of value, let me know as well. And if you have any ideas for future videos, please let me know. I do write the ideas that people, or requests that people give me, and try to get to them. I have a long list of videos that I'd like to do and plan to do, but you know, I'm trying to spread out the content for, you know, have different stuff so everybody can have something they can enjoy. But if you have that, again, please comment down below. I do try to read all of those. And if you like this video, would you mind consider hitting that like button? The like button down below. And if you've already liked the video, would you consider hitting the subscribe button? That'll subscribe you to future videos and to my channel. Both the like and the subscribe buttons really go a long way to help the channel. That helps me to grow and hopefully at one point someday get monetized, so that I can bring you more content, more knives, more things to look at, things to talk about. I really would appreciate that. And if you've already done all of that, maybe hit the notification button so you can be notified of future content as I drop it. And then finally, if you've done all that, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. That's robs_nerdy_knives on Instagram. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.